Hello Internet! This is a very short addendum video to the other video where I showed you a short introduction to Delta Lake. There are two more things I want to show you here on this demonstration on Databricks Community Edition, the free version. I spun up already my cluster. You know Databricks runtime is 8.3. You know that below 8 you do not have Delta Lake included in your runtime, so please choose always a runtime version 8 and bigger to have Delta Lake included by default in your system. Of course I have to run to load the data again. Let's explore the data. You are familiar, this is the same data I showed you in the last video. I just have to reload it. And if I define some stream here with some random generator to some random states, and we have here these 4 random states, and we stream this data to our delta table, you can see here that the normal delta table has 14,705 rows, and every 10 seconds the stream feeds in new data, and now we have 14,820 rows. So this all works very well. I already showed you this in detail in my last video. I want to show you now some very nice functionality if you want, and this is the evolving schema to accommodate changing data, new data that you get in your streaming data. Let's say actual streaming data from your business, from your shops, from other locations, from other stores, whatever, and you need to infer this data. So at first I want to show you that if we have now some additional data where we have an additional column, let's say we have again our loan ID, our funded amount, our paid amount, and our state column, and then we add a 5th column, and this column is called closed, and it has Boolean values. This means we have true and false, and we add 2 data items, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, true and false, and then we create our data frame with this update. And if we now append this already to our delta path, you will see that we get a schema mismatch, because of course we have here 5 columns and our original table just has 4 columns. So the beautiful thing now in delta table is you write option schema merge schema true, and you can accommodate for changing data. And in this simple example of just adding 1 column, but you can modify it in a beautiful way. And if, just want to show you this, if you run this command now, we see if we filter out our data set with 1, 1, 1, we have now 5th column closed, the Boolean value is true, and for all the other rows, 14,700 rows, we have of course null as the default for this 5th column. So you can have very beautifully extend or let your schema evolve to accommodate the changing data streams. And then I would like to show you also that you can transform your existing data very easily. Let's say you made a mistake and some data you want to switch, that the data did not come from, I don't know, from Oregon, but from the state of Washington. And now you have to change this. So at first, of course, we have to refine the view on the table, because the schema changed. You know, we just updated the schema. So we have now the new view. And then we say, okay, we want now everything that was in Oregon should now apply to Washington. And in PARQUET, in a PARQUET file, you have an update. You go through all of these process steps. And the nice thing is, if we look now here at our SQL, we see that the result is we have Washington, or WA, please, if it's not the official shortening, please don't kill me, Washington 390 and Oregon 178. And if we now say delta table update Oregon to Washington, and you execute this cell, now the very nice thing is This is all you have to do to update your data in your Delta table. It is filtering the query, and the result will be, instead of our 5 states, we have now the 4 states. And as you can see, WA, instead of 390 entries, now WA has 568. And here our state OR is now substituted, added to our Washington example. I hope this is really the official shortening. So you can see you can do very nice modification in your Delta tables if you apply this. Of course, I leave you, this is an official Databricks Jupyter notebook. I leave you this notebook that you can find it. You can download it. You can play around with it yourself. You see you have a lot of further steps you can do regarding general data protection regulation if you want to change some data any further. But these were just 2 commands. I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is if you're working now in Delta Lake and the benefits you can get for yourself if you're working in Databricks Runtime 8+. And I think the results speak for themselves. Thank you.